and was willing to use his warp stone. Thankful is pretty reserved about it in his storylines. Generally, he avoids using his warp stone unless it's like an absolute shit is about to hit the fan moment, which, to be fair, he gets in a lot of those. But and Bone Ripper is like obscene. Like Bone Ripper is so absolutely hilariously strong. But not all characters are vulnerable to Bone Ripper. Like Ikit Claw would not give a shit about the original Bone Ripper. Ikit Claw would be very scared of new Bone Ripper, but he would not care about the original one. What the fuck? Okay, I don't know how I'm walking on water, but oh, there was a boat. That was weird. All right. Ninja Bone Ripper was the best. He was definitely the most obscene. He was definitely the most absurd. Ninja Bone Ripper was like fucking ridiculous. Do I think Gotrek will find Felix in Age of Sigmar? Yes. Where do I think they'll find each other? I don't know, but I imagine it's going to be at the culmination of maybe the next trilogy. Because it seems like they might be doing Gotrek in trilogies. I don't think Felix is going to come back though. I do think Gotrek will meet up with him again, but I think it will be putting an end to their story, hopefully with a very satisfying conclusion. I do not think it'll be them reuniting and going on adventures together. Bring him back as a weapon? Oh man, that'd be something. I still wonder if they're gonna have Gotrek get his old axe back so he can dual wield. So he'll have like one of the have one of his axes be the current Fire Slayer axe he has, and then the other one be his original when he becomes the God of Fire, if he becomes the God of Fire.
Hey there. Come take a gander.
That would make me so happy.
Run, Roach.
Or maybe he can like find his old axe, or like the axes of Grimnir, like the original axes of Grimnir. He finds both of them, but like they're shattered, or he shatters them, and then he uses the pieces and burns them in like the brazier of Zangonthraz to make it even more overpowered. It'd be hilarious. Yeah, I know. I want him to have the Fire Slayer keyword too. I'm tired of him being a mercenary. I remember swimming around here. Bunch of ghosts. If I had to choose an Empire faction to play in the old world, who would I pick? Based on like just guessing how they're going to be themed and like what their playstyles and stuff would be, I would probably go with the Ostermark, the one that has Middenheim and Midland in it. How remorseful is Gotrek over Felix's passing? Extremely. It is a very major element of his story, and it is super fucking sad. He brings up Felix a lot, much to the annoyance of like everybody around him because they have no idea who Felix is. And they're just like, who is this guy he keeps talking about? Because he'll always say stuff like, the Mandling would have known what to do in this situation, or like,
let's go.
The Mandling would have found this funny, and everyone's like, what are you talking about?
Run, Roach.
I go the wrong way. Yes, I did. Of course I did. Why wouldn't I? Going the right direction? Me? And you have to remember that the entire plot of the first novel, Ghoul Slayer, literally the entire plot of Ghoul Slayer is Gotrek trying to find out where Felix's soul is and going to get it. And then he actually does end up talking to Felix. But basically all that happens, like, he doesn't find out where Felix is. He just finds out that Felix's soul is not in Shyish where it's supposed to be. And Felix is more concerned with telling Gotrek to get vengeance for the two of them against the gods of Warhammer instead of finding him. So Gotrek is like, all right, I'm going to go kick the shit out of Nagash then. And we haven't really seen anything from Felix since then. I mean, Twinkie Poo, I could spoil that for you if you want. I mean, it's a rather large spoiler. Oh God, I fucking hate this.
Run, Roach.
Just say which book? Soul Slayer. Like, just read Soul Slayer and you'll get the answer to your question. Excuse me. Don't mind me. Continue your rampage.
Might want to look around some.
Oh, this is wolf gear. Is that it? Yeah, that's it. I've read it, but I'm just I'll put it this way, you're not gonna I'll say it this way, what appears to have happened is what happened. To my understanding. Green Tide, good to see you. Welcome to the stream. How you doing? Does the ogre Glittermouth perhaps have Greasus' soul? I don't know if he has Greasus' soul, but he certainly has his style. Glittermouth is awesome, and I really hope Games Workshop makes him into a miniature, because right now he's not playable, and it sucks, and I want him to be playable. He seems like he's awesome. There should be a roadmap coming out soon, yeah. I have heard reliably that there will be a roadmap soon. I don't know what soon exactly means. No, let me fast travel. Yeah, there's already a new Gotrek book on the way.
Might want to look around some.
It comes out this spring. Oh, the loot's like broken. Any way further up? Oop. Oh, you're gonna tell me they didn't put the chest right here? Missed opportunity. Ah, there it is. Oh, dude, I've already listened to all the Go Trek audio dramas. I don't know what you're talking about. No, I don't mind audiobooks at all. Like, if I have the choice between them, typically I will lean towards physical copies just because I like having them on my shelves and stuff. But I've listened to all the Age of Sigmar audio dramas for Go Trek, and I adore them. Like Blood of the Old World and Realm Slayer. Yeah, I've already listened to those. Are there any notable followers of Reynold in lore? Yeah, there's a few, but none of them are like battle characters. They're background. They're characters that are kind of up to their own thing and like exist in the background. You wouldn't see any of them on a battlefield. Nope. Not interested, Mr. Devourers. Let's see. God, this combat range is like stupid long. Where is Krell? If only we knew.
Might want to look around some.
Yotam 9 cheered. X100. Can you go into detail about how you think each of the Empire sub-factions in the old world will function?
Thanks for the bits. I'm not 100% sure, to be honest, just on like the little bits they've given us. Like we know that basically the way it's being split up is you're gonna have the much more. It's being split up by God essentially. So you're gonna have all of the Tallites in Talabekland, or the Talabek faction, and the Talabek faction seems to also be it's also the largest faction we know. It has like the largest amount of territory, so I would heavily suspect that it's going to feature quite prominently around like significantly more numbers, but the troops that they do have are probably more rural, and probably less like skilled in combat compared to the other three. Marienburg is going to be by far the most wealthy, so Marienburg's probably going to have like a lot of really powerful like war machines and tools and weapons and like more like mercenary type things or like exotic stuff, but they also should be by far the strongest when it comes to like naval force. So they should have like all of the like pirates or well mercenaries, sailors, seamen, dredges. So like and they should also probably have elves in their faction. Marienburg is famous for its elf population. They're known as the Sea Elves, which are elves that are native to Marienburg, though they draw their lineage back to Ulthuan. They're considered Ulthuani in the sense that they're high elves, but they live in Marienburg. And like when Marienburg gets attacked by other factions, including like the rest of the Empire, the elves always like will help them fight against those invading Empire forces. So I imagine Marienburg's going to be much more of kind of like a motley horde, where you're gonna have like some really wealthy elite type troops, but you're also gonna have like probably some mercenary units. You're probably gonna have some elves. You're probably gonna have like all sorts of different kind of things. Probably like a lot of really interesting flavors, and they're really gonna be about like, look at all these different tools and toys we have, to maybe make up for the fact that our troops are not necessarily as leadership heavy, like they're not as reliable. But we make up for that in that they have like really fancy equipment and all sorts of like other really nice stuff. Nice troll, huh? And like elves and stuff. Ostermark, or the Ostermark with the Wolf Emperor, they are absolutely going to be the combat kings. Like they are going to be all about close combat, and like going to town on people with like frenzied fighters and knights and all sorts of stuff. Like anything that you would associate with like big boy combat is going to be under their crown. And then Reichland, I think, is going to be like the classic. The Reichland faction, I think, is going to be 100% absolute classic Warhammer Fantasy Empire with like a really solid mix of things. Oh god, I love poison gas. Damn fungus. Ow. We got what we came for. Let's get the fuck out. Game volume is quite high. Okay, I will turn it down a smidge. Well, actually, let's do it this way. I'm gonna leave it kind of there. But like we've been having issues with like the voice being a little low. Let's turn music down a smidge, and we're gonna turn effects down a bit more. We're gonna leave voice at 100. We'll see if that makes it a bit better. Would Kimmler and Krell be a good match for Thankful and Bone Ripper? Yes, I think that would be a pretty fair fight. Though from a narrative standpoint, Kimmler and Krell would probably have a pretty solid lead. Krell is a fair bit more competent of a follower than bodyguard than Bone Ripper is. But Bone Ripper is just a lot bigger. And Bone Ripper can take a lot of damage. But yeah, they're basically equivalent.
Giving me no choice.
We talked about it a bit over your Discord, but does Bretonnia have its own secret police like Kislev's, Akshina, and Thay's Onyx Crowman? If so, how good are they really? I don't believe they do. I actually think that would violate the laws of chivalry. So they don't have a formal like secret police service. There might be like some dukes or various lords that have people in their employ who kind of skulk around, but I do not believe there's any kind of official service. I think precisely because it would violate their laws. However, the Fey Enchantress is known to be pretty into spying, but she tends to rely less on like agents for that and tends to rely more on her magical abilities and like scrying and like using her sorcery to spy on people.
Another wretched foul-lizard thing joins the Red Host. Cursed Sotek spawn.
Will Queek ever be the leader of Clan Wars?
Sadly not. He got close. He definitely got close. I would have loved for Queek to have killed Nodwell and to take over, but unfortunately we don't. If there's one thing the End Times did not do that I really wish it had done, I wish we had gotten to see the entirety of the Council of 13 killed, or at least the vast majority of them. Instead, we only see like 1 or 2 die. Oh my god, I hate harpies. Ow! Do the lizardmen have secret police? No. No, they do not. They have no need of them. Though it is funny to imagine it.
Might want to look around some. Harpies got their nest here.
Oh, the nest. Bye. Oh my god, I'm so close to leveling up. In here somewhere. Well, I suppose it could be on the outside, but I doubt it. There's no way on the walls that I can see. No? Not in the tent. Oh wait, there it is. Do I... Maybe I can climb it from the outside? Oop. Or I can just Skyrim it. That works too. Nice. Alright, one more piece. Lizardmen do have secret police. They're just that secret. Yeah. You know what? That's fair. How did I originally react to Thorgrim getting snicked? I was very disappointed. I was pretty disappointed that that's how Thorgrim went out. I was really excited for Thorgrim to be the incarnate of metal, and for there to be 2 dwarf characters like joining up with like the big good guy team and everything. And they had the fake out death where an assassin tries to kill Thorgrim, but the wind of metal basically protects him and like shows how like insanely tough he's become, where weeping blades literally just shatter on contact with his armor, like completely unable to break it. And it was like, oh, it's so badass. And then they completely pull a 180. Like not even 10 pages later.
Respect.
And it's like, oh yeah, no. But Snick just got super daggers. And Thorgrim also didn't have the wind of metal anymore at this point. And so he just dies. And it's like, it's a bummer.
Faster.
It's a huge bummer, especially after they kind of let the dwarves have such a triumphant moment of like the big final battle between the land of the dwarfs, or the realm of the dwarfs and the realms of the Skaven, and the dwarves win. And it's like, it's such an amazing badass moment. And then they kind of undercut it with Thorgrim's death, which, like, I understand the point behind that, but I think there were a lot of better ways they could have demonstrated it.
Might want to look around some.
I was pretty disappointed. I wasn't like angry, but it was kind of like, oh, like, all right. All right, we have finished all of the collection quests.
Giddy up.
We have all of the armor. Praise be to armor. So now it's back to main quest time, baby. How do Hyos and Wood Elves feel about followers of Tall and vice versa? Hyos and Wood Elves feel very strongly that humans are just worshiping a shittier human-made version of their own gods. So they believe Tall and Raya are literally just Kurnos and Aisha. And that all of their other gods, I mean, elves literally just believe the human pantheon is just the elf pantheon, but from an idiot human's understanding. So like, instead of it being like, oh look, there's the they've made their own gods, how quaint. The elves are very much of the idea like, oh look, they stole all of our gods and made shittier versions of them. Whereas when humans are dealing with elf gods that are very similar, they're like, ah, I could see that this god is similar to my god. So therefore, I will have at least a little respect for this god because I can understand the importance of this god, even though they're inferior to my totally original. They're very inferior to my OC Do Not Steal god. Because humanity definitely did not steal any of our ideas. No, sir.
So long.
Am I going to cover the end times on my YouTube channel? I probably should cover it in depth. Because I feel like questions about it are just going to continue rising the closer we get to the old world. Because, especially since Games Workshop actually brought it up, which was surprising to me, to be honest. I did not think that Games Workshop was going to touch that so soon. I'm glad they did, because I think it's important for them to come out and be like, hey, this is not an alternate universe. We're not doing anything funny like that. It's literally just the same universe, just 200 years earlier. Crack!
Telling you, Geralt, since you and Hjalmar defeated the ice giant together, I see you as one of our own.
I got the look of a Skelliger.
You've got the heart of an Uncrate.
Let's see.
The massacre during the feast. Know anything new?
Thanks to you and Ceres, we know who's responsible. It's enough for me.
Not gonna try to capture the berserkers?
They were but tools, Wolf. I'd rather sever the hand that wields the sword than merely break steel.
Your daughter. First woman to rule Skellige.
She'll be a good queen. Knows what she wants.
Yeah. So what does she want?
To unite all of Skellige's clans. A difficult task. No one has ever managed it. But Ceres is stubborn.
Thinking long term then. Think she'll succeed?
She's got a powerful ally. In me.
All right, I need your help.
This isn't easy, but I need to ask you a favor. A big one.
Tell me, friend.
Ciri. I know where she is, but I also know that as soon as I reach her, the Wild Hunt will know I did. They'll come after us, attack, and we'll need to respond with strength. Can I count on you?
The Black Ones first, now Wraiths. Such is life. Bring her here, and we'll face them in battle.
Nilfgaard.
What's this about the Nilfgaardians?
Of late, look seaward and you'll see their sun on a sail, staring right back. We've yet to capture any of their crew, but only a fool wouldn't know they're planning something. But fear
Nilfgaard's on the
not.
move.
We'll banish the Black Ones and the Wild Hunt. 2 birds with 1 Skelligan axe. Ciri will be safe in Caertrol.